Hey guys, it's your girl Indesha and I'm back to you with a new video, and this is really exciting because last year around this time was probably one of my darkest times ever. It was a really hard time for me, and I shared this at the beginning of this year or the end of last year when I started my YouTube channel. It was one of the first videos that I uploaded, which was about my breakup. And this video is not about necessarily the breakup, it's more like where I'm at right now and like how I got from there to here. So last year, if you remember, I'll like probably insert a snippet somewhere in this video. It was very hard to deal with detaching myself from that person. I am still trying to fully detach myself from that person. I love that person so much, so dearly. But it was just like, I was questioning how long it was going to take for me to like get over this hurdle. Like the deep, dark shit that I was feeling was really intense. It was like a moment of like serious sadness, just like slight depression. Like it was just like I didn't want to do anything. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know the things that I liked. I didn't know like anything because my world revolved around someone that meant so much to me, and I was so unfair to him and so unfair to myself, but I didn't realize it as it was happening. Like my world was just like him. And now it's so much me because I have so many goals that I want to accomplish. I'm only getting older, and I was starting to feel this like this thing where it's just like my life is passing me by. And honestly, I personally feel, you guys don't know me, but I know that I'm like a talented, creative, like ambitious, innovative type of person, and I feel like I've lost that for so long that I didn't know how to get back to that. I didn't know how to get back to the old Indesha, which was just vibrant and always wanting to do something. I was always in the middle and always willing to do something. And during that time in my relationship, and it's no one else's fault but mine, I was just so into that person, so much in love with that person, that I lost myself. And it happens. It happens. We see it happen to our favorite celebrities. We see it happen to our friends, our family members. Like, it happens. And I don't regret that happening because, one, I'm human and I know that I'm able to love. I know that I'm able to care about someone more than I care about myself. In which, you know, I think it's a beautiful thing to know that you can be so loving and caring to a person, but at the same time, it's so important to not lose yourself. And I always hear about new moms and new parents losing themselves, taking care of their children. And I know that's something that's going to happen in my future. Well, not that I'm going to lose myself, but I feel like doing this, it's so important for me to not lose myself in that moment, because I want to be like strong representation for my future kid or children, who knows. Anyways, that's so far into the future. But anyways, this video is like more of a woo, we made it. I'm okay, I'm alive. And you know what, I have my moments. Me and this person reconciled a lot of like things. Like, we've been able to overcome certain things. We didn't speak for a very long time, and then we got back in contact with each other, and like, we're not in that old kind of thing, but we're in a damn, like, we were in a really great space, and I fucked it up. But we're in a cool space, you know what I'm saying? I'm living and I'm learning still. But outside of that one part of my life, because now that is not my entire life, outside of that one part of my life, I feel so motivated to like get back to the old me. And it's baby steps, it's little things that I'm implementing to get there. So I just wanted to share with you a few things that I did to like mentally bring myself back to like that woman that I want to be and the woman that I aspire to be. And certain people reach out via social media and they share their stories with me. I'm not saying that I've received a ton, but the few that I have received, one, I've always engaged. Like, I've had conversations with these different young ladies, and I'm just like, wow, like, I've been there. And I listen, you can get out of that shit, because like when you're in it, you're like, oh my god, this is the end of the world. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And you know what, there's so much to do. And where I started was looking for the small things that bring you joy. And to be honest, one of the small things that started to bring me joy in my very early journey of this was plants. It's really weird, like flowers. I would go and get new flowers every time I cleaned my house. I would literally like go buy a new, like, and for some reason it made me happy, and it's something that's so small. I think we're all looking for something so grand and so big to bring us happiness, and joy lives anywhere you want to see it. Honestly, it lives in so many different places, and plants is where I started. So I would get different plants, and there was times I was like, maybe I should be a florist because I love it so much. I'm always the type to jump ahead of the gun. I'm not about to be a florist, even though it sounds like a good idea. Who knows, maybe in my late 40s I might pull up with a florist spot. What's up? But anyways, that was one thing that I found that like brought me joy. Ice cream. You don't want to binge on this. I actually just finished eating a cup of ice cream. I love me some ice cream. Like, granted, like, we all want to be fit, we all want to have body goals and all that, but ice cream brings me my joy. Like, that's it. So Cold Stones was also like another thing. Like, when I eat ice cream, I feel like, yo, like, the world is so good to us because it brought us ice cream. Coffee lovers only, instead of the Heath bar, get brownie. I promise you'll be thanking me later. Alright, so those are like one of the two really small things that I found joy in. But another thing was really journaling. I promise, I feel like writing is so therapeutic, and I feel like that's why so many people love journals, and they love writing, and they love, like, people love to express themselves, and not everyone knows the right way to express themselves. Not to say that there's a wrong way, but sometimes, you know what I'm saying, like, instead of like yelling, screaming, arguing, write down your feelings and assess your feelings. It's always good to look back and be like, wow, in this moment I was like really angry, and you know what, today I feel great, and I'm kind of like ashamed that these were my thoughts in that period, because trust me, I had some thoughts, okay? Anyways, so journaling, I promise you, like, at the beginning of the year, creating I was gonna say mood board, but it's not a mood board, but it's pretty much like a goal board. It's a motivation board where you have like pictures, and you paste like what you want, things that you want to come into fruition in your life, and you put it somewhere where you can see it all the time, like somewhere where you can come in and you can see it, or you wake up and that's the first thing that you see, so that your mind is like reeling these things in without you having to like affirm it. It is kind of an affirmation without you speaking out loud, but just like, these are things that I want, and your mind starts to like, you know, our mind does a lot of things that we don't even know that it's doing, you know what I'm saying? So definitely creating a motivation board and definitely writing down your feelings and journaling is something that can really bring you out of the situation, because once you get all of your negative thoughts, your bad thoughts, and this is a part of life, we're always going to go through phases where like we're not at our best or we're not at our peak, which is fine, but realizing like when we're in like deep down in those valleys, like to really assess where our mind is. And then when you get to like the peak and you're at a better place, how did you get there? There's always a way where you got there. So writing down daily, and not even daily because I'm not always consistent, I feel like, and which is something that's kind of maybe not so great, when I'm in a worse position, I write more. Like when I'm in my best position, I don't really write. I don't write down all the good things, which is kind of not cool. I kind of force myself to, but when I'm in a negative space, it's like, just get it out, because once I get it out, it's gone. Like, I'm not even thinking about it anymore. It's just, not to say I'm not thinking about it anymore, but it's like it's gone. It's already down. I closed the book. I'm putting it aside. What's up with tomorrow? What tomorrow gonna bring me? What, you know what I'm saying? So those are some things that definitely got me through that rut that I was in. And more importantly than that is forgiveness. Oh my God, the power of forgiveness is legit. It's a power. Not everyone has the ability to forgive. And working on forgiving others and working on forgiving yourself, I feel like the hardest part is forgiving yourself, because when I did forgive that person for everything but one thing, there was one thing that I was holding on to, girl. Like, I was holding on like, I can't believe you, da 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 da. Anyways, so there's one, and I'm still kind of getting through that. And it's not even just a relationship thing, it's just a people thing. Like, there's certain people in my life when they don't, I don't really want to go into it because I'm already out of that space. But what I'm just trying to say is pretty much, once you learn to forgive others, you then have to forgive yourself, because at the end of the day, you allowed certain things to happen. You've allowed certain things to happen to you, and we're human. We all want to forgive during that time. We all want to like just sweep it under the rug and continue, but you also need to like fix those things. And there's so, when I lift up my rug was dusty, okay? There was termites, there was all that stuff under this rug, and I had to like clean it out and clean myself out and then just move forward. So once I was able to do that, and that is probably what takes the most time, but how I was able to do that, this is legit how I was able to get through this moment, right? When you're working on forgiving people, you need to acknowledge all the good that is within them. No one is perfect. And I realize that I'm sort of a control freak. And it's something I have to work on too. I have to, one, assess myself. But even before that, even before we get to that step, it was pretty much acknowledging all the good in that person and all the great times that we've shared. And granted, when it's at the worst of the worst, that's not the first thing that's popping up into your mind. But to give those positive little peaks, just like the chance to rise to your head, is like, it's so thrilling, because what we have to shut off is bad momentum. Once you have a bad thought, and this is like usually like when girls, like, just for an example, not to say this has happened in my life, not to say that it didn't, but just for an example, it's nighttime, your man's supposed to come home, he didn't call you, right? So the first thought, he didn't call me. Oh, what time is it? Oh, he think it's a joke. He think it's playing. Like, you're building that negative momentum, and before you even know what's the real truth. So before you even continue to build the negative momentum, just shut it down. Think of something positive. And it's hard. I'm not saying that it's easy, but at the same time, we all want to be our best selves. And this is something that you can do to like just calm yourself down. And I'm still a work in progress. Sometimes I'm able to do it and sometimes I'm not, still to this day. But I know that it's a tool that I can use to get there. So once you block off that negative momentum, you're just like, try your best to think of positive things. And you know what's so crazy? When you raise your vibration, you raise everyone's vibration around you. Your thoughts become things. And this is why this is so important, because once you start thinking of negative thoughts, that might not even be the case. But because you're going and you're building that momentum, you're bringing that into fruition. If you have a partner and you keep thinking negative thoughts about your partner is going to, he's probably going to end up showing you those negative things, because that's what you're bringing into you're bringing that into your life. So it's just like, once you start thinking the best of your partner, once you start thinking the greatest things of your partner, even when it's the hardest to, even when it's the absolute hardest to, once you start thinking the best of your partner, 8 times out of 10, I'm not going to say 9 because sometimes it don't work out, okay? 8 times out of 10, you're raising their vibration. And with that being said, they're going to raise up to where your thoughts are. And you know what? If they don't raise up, you're going to raise up even higher, where you don't even want to deal with that. So it's just like, you don't want someone to bring your vibration down, and you do have the power to bring other people's vibration up. So that was something that I noticed, and I promise you, there's certain things I amazed myself when I realized that this is a practice that I wanted to start. I practiced it, and I was just like, you know what? It doesn't hurt to try, and I've tried it, and it's worked. And you know what? There was some times where it was hard to try it. I just like, once you start, you can't stop, and then you know what? You end up somewhere else, and those things never really work out. And everyone has shit to work on, but that is something that I use, and it works. It actually works. So those are the tips that I can give you. As of right now, I'm in a better space. I'm more motivated to do different things, and one of my issues is always talking before I get shit done. So I'm not going to talk about the things that I'm getting done. When I get shit done, I'll come back and I'll talk to y'all about it, because I'm working on small projects. I'm not saying it's anything huge, anything major, but it's major for me because of the space that I was in last year and the space that I am in now. I have like goals. Oh my God, I have goals. Like, I have real goals that I want to obtain, and I have plans on how to obtain them. So it's just like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And I'm just like, it's a complete like 180, like complete. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys seen a difference in me change. If you do know the video that I'm talking about, if not, I will link it below. And I watched that video and I'm just like, damn, Mendacia, one, I can't believe I recorded that video and put it on YouTube. And then secondly, it was just like, I've gotten so many responses from people that I know, like in person, just like, yo, that shit is heartfelt. Like, wow, like, son, that's bold of you to do. And I respect it. And it's just like, just to see my transition and how much like, oh, I am right now. It's good. It feels good. So I hope you guys liked it. If you like it, click the thumbs up button below. If you have any questions, if you want more tips, anything, just comment below. I really do appreciate you guys' comments. And sometimes I realize that with these kind of topics, I get more conversation via social media, whether it be Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. I realize that like these personal topics, I get more comments that way, and that's completely fine because I dig it too. I'm actually about to link up with a girl that I do not even know but reached out to me, and I feel like we're probably gonna end up having a friendship because I've been through what she's going through, and I'm so excited to like, one, get her out the house, because I feel like that's the first step. You gotta do stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like the best way to move on is to like keep yourself busy, but also not so busy that you're not working on the issues, but busy enough where it's just like, I have something to look forward to, you know what I'm saying? Like tomorrow still exists. There's still things that need to be done. It's not the end of the world, and I don't want to carry on with sadness for the rest of my life. So there you go. I'm out again. It's your girl Indacia. This is probably one of my new favorite hats from my job. It's legit my favorite hat. Let me know if you like this. Hustle, because that's what I need to start doing. Hustle 2017 and 2018. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? Later, y'all. Bye.